Let's go back to our B master and let's add our footer. On our left master page, we're going to use the line tool. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to press shift just to make sure that it's straight, and I'm going to release. Now I need to set up my line. The line, I need it to be 7.25 inches in length. At the top, you'll see that I have the option to change the length. So I'm going to choose 7.25 and press enter or tab. 0.5 inches will be the line width. So I need to open up my stroke palette. So I'm going to go to Window and Stroke. This line needs to be 0.5 points. We also want the color to be light gray. In this case, I don't need a fill color, so I'm going to choose none. This one should be my light gray from my swatches, just the line. For the position of my line, up at the top you'll see the X and Y. This is the position. X represents the horizontal, Y represents the vertical. We're going to position our line right underneath our bottom margin. The X position on mine is 4.375. The Y position, I want to make it more of an even number that maybe I can remember. So I'm going to do 10.25. I'm going to copy this line over to the other page. So I'm going to press and hold Alt, hover over the line. Notice that I am on the Move tool, and I'm going to click and drag, and then I'm going to press and hold Shift, and I'm going to snap it right between my two margins. I'm going to release with my mouse, and then I'll release with my Alt and my Shift keys. And there I've copied the line in the exact same position on the facing page. Next, let's add our page numbering. Page numbering, I want for my document to be in the bottom left corner on the left page, and then the bottom right corner on the right page. Page numbering is something that InDesign can do for you automatically. I'm going to take my text tool and I'm going to click and drag a text box right about there. I'm going to type the letter A, and I have to format this into the font that I'd like. I'm going to go over to my CC Libraries, and I'm going to click once on my circular STD. This is going to be my page number font. The font size I'm going to choose is a 7-point. I've got circular STD, 7-point, bold. I've made the text box bigger than the actual letter or number here in case my document goes to more than 100 pages, just so there's space to enter the pages. I also want to change the color of the text to my charcoal. So I'm going to go to my swatches. Rather than it being black, I'm going to click on charcoal. I'm going to go to Type, Insert Special Character, Marker, and Page Number. I'm going to choose my Move tool, V for your Move tool, and I need to copy and paste this on the other side. I'm going to click and hold my Alt, click, drag, press and hold Shift, and let it snap to the other side of the page. Now I want this text to be right aligned. So I'm going to double click on my text or select my text, go up here to my alignment tools and choose Right Align. All of the same effects, settings, color, font size, font style, and the page number will apply to this as well. Let's test it. This is our B master page. You can see that throughout our document, the A master is applied. So let's try page 10 and page 11. I'm going to control click to select both pages. I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to choose Apply Master to Pages. This is where I can change the master that I'm applying to this particular pages. So rather than A master, I'm going to choose B master and click OK. You can see that the letter changes on the actual page. I'm going to double click on the B master, and I can see there's page 10, double click on 11, there's page 11. So we know it works. Let's go back to our B master. Let's add another text box for the website. I'm going to choose my type tool, T for type, and I'm going to click and drag in this squared area. And then I'm going to type my website. I'm going to call it kingdominsecta.com. I also want this to be right aligned. What I want to do is align this and this just to make sure they're on the same level. So I'm selecting both boxes by pressing Shift, and up at the top I have my alignment tools. I want to choose Distribute vertical centers, and I want to choose distribute horizontal centers. For this text, I'm going to double click it, and I need to choose the same text. I'm choosing circular bold, and I'm going to make this one 9 points. Again, with my move tool, I'm going to click, press and hold Alt, click, drag, press and hold Shift, and snap it to this side. I'm going to double click on the letter, and I'm going to left align that. Press and hold Command to deselect, and there's my footer. I also want to make sure that this text is charcoal. I'm going to click on my swatches, make sure you have your text selected, and choose charcoal. Same with this one, charcoal. Let's add the KIWS letter mark now. Let's go to our CC libraries, and then I'm going to click and drag it out. I'm going to change the actual width of this, and then I'll have it fit to the frame. The width is going to be 0.5 inches. I'm pressing Tab, and then the height is going to be 0.2 inches. Now all I need to do is fit content proportionally. Click, and your content will fit proportionally. My X position is 8 inches. My Y is 0.5. We want the same heading for the left and right pages. I'm going to choose my move tool. I'm going to press and hold Alt, click, drag, press and hold Shift so I don't change it, release with my mouse, and then release with my buttons. Now we have our headers and footers in place.